Look what I see. Caught the sunrise in Virginia Beach. Two-tone drink, spike tequila and mimosa, please. I keep it peace. She a moment, she is not a dream. She can't believe how ironic that she from Belize. I can't believe they could turn their back on me. I can't believe how it is how it gotta be. I tell her leave, she no good intent for me. I tell her leave when we fuck, she know this it for me. I seek my peace, all the good diminishing. I might need more than crystals here when I go meditate. These niggas capping costume, they trying to graduate. My name in all these people's mouths and leaving aftertaste.
Hello to all YouTube motherfuckers podcast in the
Rest in peace, Bill Russell.
Rest in peace, Bill Russell. He's on my topics board, so we'll get to him.
He was?
You know, he is.
Wow.
He's on the running list.
I didn't know that.
I mean, he died. Like, he's a pretty important guy in the world. Like, I would hope he could make the list. That was not nice to say. Alright, so we start every episode when we go to Soundman. Soundman is kind of down bad right now. A week in the cuts. If you saw the last episode, the cut waters got him.
Cuts and kids.
He said he would never drink another cut water. Then he drank 3 more in a row. First of all, before I ask you, throw to you this question, do you want to speak for yourself?
Speak on my cut.
Speak on your cut journey. Like, I guess you're over it now, but like your cut walk.
I was about to say, you did say cut, That's the cut in him already, man.
I haven't even drank a cut yet. So
You take a sip.
I haven't took anything yet.
Nigga, it's still within you, alright?
It's in you. It's in you, not on you.
Anyway, the cut walk this weekend has been terrible. I think I pulled up here Thursday. I feel like I initiated the cut conversation.
You did.
The CC? You initiated the CC?
And Charles obliged.
Of course
What a friend. What a friend.
What do you mean a friend, Charles?
What a friend you have in Charles.
He might have bought 2 packs.
They said what a friend you had in Jesus, but what a friend you have in Charles.
Wow.
So came here, had 2 cuts, and then that was that. What the hell was Friday? Friday.
Sobeys.
Yeah, got lit at the Sobeys.
Then y'all had cuts then too?
Finished the Sobeys.
We came here, we had cuts and Simplies.
And the Simplies.
That's alright.
Saturday.
Vibes.
You just had the cuts on your solo.
Yeah. Oh no, so I was capped. No, I had 1 cut on Saturday. So yeah, so Quick and them pulled up, copped the cuts. They landed and they was just like, what is this cut shit? So I was like, alright, bro.
Nah, cut water, you gotta give us a check. You see how many people we get into the cuts, bro?
We
Show love.
international, international entry,
talking
Charles.
about the cuts. It's crazy.
That's right, cut water. That's right.
Because of us.
So I had a cut, but I was
I
off
had
the
a
Simplies more that day because I washed my car and shit. So I was
Good vibe.
simply up. And then Sunday.
More cuts.
When they over.
More cuts.
Sunday, more cuts.
More cuts.
Fucking cookout and shit. And you know what was crazy?
Talk to me.
It's just like, alright, all the cuts went mad quick, right? And then it was just like, niggas is like, yo, I'm gonna pull up with a box of cuts. Like, everybody was like, coming with cuts. Like, Darius pulled up with the cut.
Cuts. You told me to leave my cuts at home.
People made a store run for cuts.
People got more cuts.
Like, there were cuts in my house just flowing. The cuts went
The
quick.
cuts were
They
flowing.
went quick, too. Nigga Rome was like, never had it.
Crushed this cut in
Crushed
about
this cut.
5-10 minutes tops.
The cuts were smaller, so it was 4 days of cuts, and I'm exhausted, bro.
So you're not making a Quinn cut pullets?
I'm good off the cut.
Weak.
Alright. There's a cut in my house. I could have started it.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like
Go finish it.
Go finish it.
Go do what's right.
Yes, Charles.
Go do what's right.
Amp him up.
going to sleep.
Be the battery in
Go
his
finish
back.
I'm drinking 2 beers and I'm going to bed.
Nah, 2 beers equals half a cut. Gonna cut it.
It might be a fourth of a cut, honestly, depending
Out
on
on the cuts, I've yet to have that cut. Yeah.
No, I haven't touched it yet. Come on.
I haven't touched it yet. Come on, he definitely just cracked this shit.
Just be real. Be real. Be real.
When you needed a friend,
Go back up.
when you needed a friend, who was there for you?
Hey.
Hey,
Hey.
hey,
Hey.
hey.
So, well, just wanted to get that out of the way before I actually throw to you and I start rolling up.
Right.
Yeah.
No. I'm seeing a black screen.
I thought you was kidding. Let's welcome you to my fucking world, this podcast in the world. If you're hearing it twice, blame the Soundman.
Yeah.
So, I originally thought in the Soundman to get a cut story in before I got to rolling up to getting into the second Soundman story, but due to some technical difficulties, know that the cuts are flowing. Life is like too many cuts. It's a thing. Now, going to the Soundman before I roll up, and you attended FAMU University, correct?
I was there.
You were there for at some point in your life in the early 2010s.
It was like 2 years, right?
Just one.
Okay.
And
I had enough.
most recently,
I had enough.
there was a young lady who graduated from the prestigious HBCU.
Cultural.
And when she graduated, she decided to take some graduation photos in front of the snake. Now, I have no kind of idea of why the snake is important, why would it not be, things of that nature. But
It's a mascot.
okay, thank you.
With the Rattlers. Rattlers vibes.
Got you. So,
So it's mad disrespectful in a sense.
So, all right. So now this is what I'm going to throw to you. So I don't know
Let me see these
if you guys know the controversy, but there was a young lady. She graduated from FAMU.
Very thick.
Very round woman, curvy. Took some pictures in front of their mascot statue in their campus and was butterball naked. And while naked has caused some uproar. I seen a funny tweet. Someone said, that's why I stay out of college people business. I thought it was art. Kind of felt that. But for you, the guy who actually attended FAMU. Well, exactly.
Homage to the Rattlers.
So explain. I want your take as a former Rattler yourself.
You know what's funny to me? This whole entire time, I've never seen that snake when I was on that campus. So either one, I wasn't there long enough. Obviously, I was there for a year. But two, that snake is kind of fucking new. The main little fucking thing there was like this fucking statue that just had like an eternal flame. And that was kind of the thing at the point. Not this fucking snake. So I'm just like, where the fuck does snake come from? Maybe it's her school. I forgot what it said. Whatever she graduated from. It might be outside of that, you know? But I have no quarrels for what she did because FAMU always has some wild ass shit going down there. So this just fits the bill. I think I woke up and so I only seen the picture once and I think it was at like 2 a.m. so I didn't fully deep dive into it. I was half asleep. But then I was like, niggas was like, oh, snakes in her hair. Shit, I didn't even peep that. I still haven't seen it again.
Yeah.
But good vibes. I just remember her being thick, right? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, she is truly naked. Oh. I didn't know she was naked. I thought she had all.
It's just one picture or it's multiple?
Did you not,
Oh,
did you not hear me say butterball naked?
Man, see that?
It's just one. These are nice nails.
These are nice nails.
Look at pic two.
That is your take.
It's snakes on there too. Did you see that?
I saw the pictures,
That
buddy.
takes. I mean, like, listen. I don't think she was disrespecting.
That's what I'm asking you. I never went to the school. I don't know what the. So I'm asking you,
Yeah,
someone.
I don't think that's.
Was it part of course? Like you said. You said.
You gotta ask a nigga that went there, got that degree.
Hey, you went there a little bit. You got a little bit of say. You got a little bit of vibes.
I didn't see the snake. I can start there. I have no idea what that's.
So you just don't. You just can't relate.
Now, if they, like I said, they would have been like in front of that jump with the eternal flame. That would have been like, all right, she kind of wildin'.
So I've seen this take that it's disrespectful to the people was disrespectful to the school rather that
Well, she is naked. That's kind of wild.
you know she's doing that and it may not paint the school in a good light and things of that nature. Do you, as someone who attended it, maybe not an alumni, but as someone who attended, what do you say about that?
I think that's kind of wild because on the scale of like 1 to how much wild shit has happened there, I think this would be on the lower scale of disrespectful shit. There was a whole fucking porn one point, bro. They killed a man while I was there, bro. Like, what is this? She's naked? This is misrepresenting the school? Out of all the things that have happened? Well, like a scale of 1 to 100, bro, this is probably 89, bro. Like, 89 on the, 89, I mean, this is the 89th worst thing that has happened here. Not the first. Like, nigga, fuck that. Fam is wild, though. And I actually want to go back. It's been a while. I haven't been back, actually, since, like, 2012-ish.
Okay. No, I'm just curious. Very curious.
I got nothing for them, though. Ultimately. It was fun, though.
It was fun.
Mm-hmm. It was very
I'm for the vibes.
It was high as shit.
Definitely brought
That's
back
what
some
I'm
good Afghan kush.
Mm-hmm. That's all I had. Great times.
All right. Well, and will you, since you saw the pictures, you like the pictures in good taste and bad taste?
Nice and out.
Honestly, I feel like they were in good taste for real.
Okay.
Like, the theme seemed like it was Medusa, snake theme. She went to a school with a snake as a mascot.
Yeah, homage.
Yeah, I don't think it was that bad. You know what I'm saying? Medusa, Greek mythology.
Will this
she
go
might-
in our modern art gallery?
No. Yeah, well.
Mm.
Well.
I'm here with the well. You never know. This
All right.
This is good art.
All right. So let's remember, we have a modern art gallery.
Yeah.
There's a few things in there
Yeah.
already. We got, if you can't go to Buzz No Judge, where the hell can you go?
Yeah.
Does this, I don't know if this is that level art. This is okay, but that is, I'm just saying, you guys,
The second picture.
I
with
can be
the-
overvoted.
The second picture with the nails is alright.
So we're putting
I
this,
think as a group,
we're putting the second picture in our gallery.
they both can get in definitely.
Honestly, I think if she didn't do this shit with her hair, the picture would have been like way more fire. Even though the snake shit is homage to
But
this
I said
shit,
the
it would
Medusa-
have been way more fire.
If she would have just dreaded it, it would have been vicious.
It would have been fire. At first, I thought it was some faux locks. And then niggas was like,
Nah, she had a
these
whole
are
cap on.
snakes and some shit. I'm just like, now you looking weird, bro.
Okay.
Now
All
you
right.
looking weird. I can't put her in there. I can't.
Okay, we can. All right, I'm sorry.
I'm not.
Sorry, baby girl. You almost made it.
I'm not
Mook was
voting for
kind of
that.
riding for
I
you.
said she was a whale. You know what I'm saying?
Mook was kind of riding for you, but
Was riding.
you will not make the Hazy Thoughts Hot Codes Art Gallery
Can't make that.
modern art.
Unfortunate.
Unfortunately, I'm sorry, but you did a good job. Submit next year. Let's see if you get in. All right, we'll move on to Deshaun
And
Watson.
those graduate pictures too.
Now what? Now before we move on,
Mm-hmm.
let's be like, yo, you getting this job? You gonna obviously just graduated. You know what I'm saying? Now you're in the job field. And niggas is just like, yo, aren't you the naked shorty? Like niggas, is this prejudice at this point for her grad pictures? If they hold this against her, would you hold this against somebody?
I mean, she had from what I saw, she has a degree in communications and a master's in education. So I feel like she might be able to spend this in finesse. Who knows? And if she spends in finesse doing a job interview, damn it, you're hired.
You know what? You're fucking right.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey man, Gen Z is wild. That's kind of nuts though. To pose like that.
She wasn't showing that little butt. Niggas see butt every day.
That's true. I want to know what time she did it, bro.
That's what your focus is on.
I was like, yo, when are you doing this? How are you naked?
It's
son?
a picture.
But you're on campus and shit. Like I
She
know you
probably pulled up in a row.
full makeup and shit. You
She
know,
probably did all that right there though.
she had to do it between the hours
Makeup
one,
and all that, probably yeah. But she
1 and
pulled
4
up.
a.m.
She probably pulled up with the cap Joan on, snake cap.
Well, it's summertime, so maybe
It's hot as shit.
there's less people on campus. I don't know.
Niggas be on campus, bro.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. You would know better than I would. All right. Well, we'll see if we can get your questions. I'll do a deep dive on the internet. But moving on to Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson has been suspended as of now for 6 games. The NFL still has a chance to appeal. What's our take on Deshaun Nasty Man Watson?
He's a nasty nigga.
It's definitely nasty. But I hate the but. But once he starts fucking hooping, real niggas don't care no more. That's usually how it always goes. And we can't sit up here and act like he's not a superstar. We can't wait.
Can't wait.
Person can't wait to see this guy play. He didn't play last year. I'm here for it, man. There's a nasty thing, and if the NFL fucking appeals or goes for the appeal, I think the niggas are sick. Just sit on the 6th, bro. See you October 23rd.
With that.
In Baltimore.
So you think it would be,
That would be
the
crazy.
wrong decision for
That's
them
what it is, bro.
First game,
to
division
appeal?
game, too.
You think it would be the wrong decision for them to
Yeah,
appeal?
bro. Like, this shit has been going on for over a year at this point. You know what I mean? Like, your contract, the niggas finesse your whole contract just for a situation like this. You get 6 games, you don't get a year. It's fucking 18 games. This isn't a third of the season, bro. You still can be practicing. He's still everywhere. Like, fuck it, bro. Just sit on these 6. Niggas saying this is the first 6 games, statistically the easiest 6 for any of these teams. Nigga. Just fuck it, bro.
Who was saying that earlier?
Charles.
I'm just saying.
I mean, all right. So I have a few takes on the Deshaun Watson. The first is nasty nigga always making things worse for everybody. But buddy, like training camp is starting, and we're having to decide whether or not your sexual deviancy it rises to. Yeah, I mean that's all it is. It's sexual deviancy. It's like, yo, I mean, it's like I'm trying to like I'm out here trying to parse whether you're just a nasty ass nigga or you're just a fat. Like, you know, I'm trying to see like how far you're. It's too much, and I'm mad that you've gotten us into this point.
What's up with the other 4 ladies?
Well, he settled 3 of the final 4. There's only one
Did
active
that happen today or something?
this weekend, I believe. But
Cuts heavy if it was this week.
yeah, but long story short, he has one active settlement.
Yes.
He has one active settlement. My second is, I'm with you. The NFL cannot appeal.
They can't.
And it's not for any reason you said. If they appeal, it's a sham.
Goodness.
If they appeal, this whole process is a sham. They literally said, hey, we're getting an outside person who
To
is not
investigate
involved in this because Roger Goodell has a history of making bad decisions or decisions that seem like they're rash or they're skewed towards the NFL in whatever light.
Or in favor.
Or in favor of men, he doesn't take domestic violence, whatever. That's the
real beef.
That was
the beefing about the
that was the issue at first. That's why Roger Goodell couldn't make the decisions.
Real niggas got him.
They got him out of there. They was like, yo,
Chill, Rob.
they was like, you can't do that. You can't be judge, jury, and executioner.
We feel you, but you got us looking bad.
Yeah, right.
So they hired somebody. You were so happy that she was a lady too, and they were like, yo, this is a lady. This is a sexual assault case. Hey, whatever she says.
And she got a history of them cases too, right?
Well, apparently, whatever she says, hey, everyone has to be okay with it. That's not how the world works, buddy. These people they don't care. People want what they want. They want him to get in trouble. So it didn't matter if it was a man, a woman, your dad, your mother. They wanted him in trouble. Once the lady was like, bro, according to the law, I'm not about to do. Nigga, this is y'all job. You're a corporate. Listen, if a corporation wants somebody out of there, they can get them out of there. They didn't want Kaepernick to play football, right? And he ain't get no job. They want Deshaun Watson to play football, so he has a job. Like, I don't really want to, like, I know people are like, oh, let's talk about what, but it's like, the truth is, there are 32 owners, and they run the league. So, they decided that Deshaun Watson can play in their league.
And they wanted him.
That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. So, you can talk about the judge, you can talk about the... No. 32 dudes was like, yo, we fucking with this kid.
And he's playing.
And that was it. So all your moral, please take it up. What's the last time I got here? I was like, yo, your issue is with white men.
Right.
2 years later, your issue is still with white men. Like, bro, and maybe the Pakistani guy who owns the Jaguars.
Chad.
So like, those are your beef. And I'm sorry if he's not from Pakistan, but you know what part of the world I'm talking about. So like,
I think he's
there we
Indian.
It might have been racist.
okay.
sometimes you have to do a little bit of what you have to do.
He might be Indian.
I don't even think he is. But on the story, we're gonna figure it out. Thank you.
Shad Khan.
The point I'm making is that stop talking to me about
I think he's Pakistani.
moral stuff.
Pakistani.
Oh, well, see, I wasn't racist. I'm just spot
I
on.
thought he was Pakistani.
It's like a bread.
It's
Exactly.
not dumb bread.
I just think it's really bad to try to make us be the ones to do it, like to be the moral compass for this.
That's why when he bought the
Like,
jacket,
this isn't
he was like,
our
the
job.
thing. He was like, "Oh no, I'll pay my money for these."
It's just not our job to decide whether or not Deshaun Watson is what type of person he is. I just don't think that's for us to decide.
It's not on us to judge him morally.
No, you can judge. See, that's the difference. Everyone can judge. You're allowed to judge whatever the fuck you want. Like, I judge people all the time. So it's not like who am I?
High five, Charles.
I mean, who am I to judge? That's a different story. But we all judge? So like, Deshaun Watson isn't above being talked about, but that's where it kind of like unless the DA from Texas or wherever state is going to prosecute him.
I said, where did they file this?
I don't know, Texas, because also why isn't anybody asking me about the Texans? Didn't they get 20-something lawsuits for aiding and abetting him?
Sure did.
Wouldn't you have to ultimately, if you're gonna do something to him, wouldn't you have to levy some sort of punishment towards the other people that got sued with him? Or that's not how this. I don't know. I'm not smart enough. There's people who do law who could. I don't know,
Bro, you are about.
I'm just. Listen, if I think about
him. Get that.
I hate that I have to do this for the guy who's a nasty motherfucker. But like, it's like with the Robert Kraft. Niggas was like, yo, he might be a nasty motherfucker, but it's against the law to get him the way you got him. And everybody was kind of like, fair. Everybody was kind of like, hey, you didn't get him fairly, right? That's how the United States works. Like, bro, if you can get somebody, like, you can be a bad person.
How you get this evidence?
How did you get this evidence? That's how this country works. Like, literally. Also, people talking about like he wasn't
This is admissible in court.
all that bullshit. Also, people talking about like he wasn't acquitted or like criminal. Listen, OJ went to court, did a trial, beat the trial, and you guys still say he's a murderer. Like, nobody will sit up here and be like, people are like OJ committed that crime. No, everyone in public has no problem saying that. Why? OJ has not been by the United States of America. OJ is not a murderer. I hate to break it to y'all. You know who is a murderer?
He's randomly a thief, though.
That's my point. That's what I was going to say. But he's a thief. You know what I'm saying? You know he's a murderer?
A thief, though.
George Zimmerman is a murderer. So you know what I'm saying? Like, that guy's a murderer. And not everybody, there's a large group of people who are okay with him being a murderer, him being fine. So like, a lot of you guys are going to have to miss me.
That's a big ass group.
A lot of you are just going to have to miss me with this moral. And then I'm seeing people be like, Calvin really did 15 games. This person got this games. This person. And I'm like, oh, so you guys do understand. So at least you guys understand that punishments maybe are not apples to apples, but they're apples and oranges, right? So you are willing to compare bad things, right? So I would argue, like, if someone gets accused of like murder or like things of that nature, that might be a little worse than sexual assault. Listen, once again, this might get me in trouble, but I'm willing to go there. Someone being accused of murder, since we're parsing things now, since everyone seems to understand that. So if one of these dudes get accused of murder, we can't let them play, right? We should, like you. I think, especially in a country where people love the law and people
definitely in jail,
and people love all this. People love the idea that like you're innocent until proven guilty.
allegedly.
Then let that rock out. Even in cases where you don't like the circumstance or you don't like the content. Like, you don't have to like that he did this, but there is a judicial system in place. And if you either believe in it all the time. Me, I don't believe in the justice system, so it doesn't. So this doesn't move me.
It doesn't move.
This doesn't move in any direction. This is just another Tuesday or Monday, whatever you want to. Hey, another day that ends in Y. But for some of y'all really believe in the system, so keep believing in it. Let it play out. I don't see what the issue is, but don't try to be like, yo, you're a bad person for a while. No. Blame everybody else. Don't blame me.
They want him to play.
Bro, blame the owner of your favorite football team. That's who you need. Like, don't blame the coach. Don't blame the fans. Don't blame the GM. Don't blame the commissioner. Blame the one of the 32 guys who has the actual power.
Blame one of the commissioner's bosses.
Keeping it with the sports flow, MLB trade deadline will have passed when this comes out. It doesn't look like Juan Soto is getting moved.
It doesn't?
Doesn't. Looks like he'll be stuck in Washington at least for another summer. Are we going to more Nats games to see the end of Juan Soto? Because we're probably not going to get to see him again. He'll probably be gone by the off season, by the start of next season. So, are we all in on the Juan Soto?
Indeed. I'm with
Before
that.
you leave?
Yeah, I'm with that.
No.
Why? Bro, that's a generational talent, bro. You might not see that again.
Right. Man, baseball guy. I'll stumble into a game though. Will I plan to go to see Juan Soto?
All right. With that being said, all right.
Sunday the 14th.
Yankees.
What time is that game?
Are
I got work, but we'll see what's up.
Yankees are doing that thing. Judge is mashing.
I'll be off for niece's birthday though.
You think they're gonna make a trade, or you think they're gonna do something?
Traded.
Yeah, they got the dude from the Royals, but
I think they'll move him to probably get Soto for sure.
no, they're not doing that. That's not happening. Oh, yeah, I don't know. I want to see somebody do something. I want to see somebody make. I heard they're not moving my guy Ohtani. They said his ass is staying in Los Angeles, so
He definitely is. I don't see why they're like, what? Nah.
so yeah, it's looking like a pretty, it's not. I don't think we're gonna have no blockbuster shit like in the NBA. Like ain't nobody crazy gonna get moved, but I'm definitely intrigued by.
Who knows? We might see.
Tomorrow, listen, we got about 24 hours.
Oh, it's tomorrow?
Yeah,
Yeah,
August 2nd.
Tuesday.
So I'm curious. I definitely think something needs to happen. I'm interested in what the Padres do because I think the Padres are super tough, and I
Josh
think
Hader went to the Padres.
yeah, they traded for him. So I think if they could get one more piece, they might make a nice run. So I'm calling it right now. Fuck it. Padres, Mets, NLCS,
Wow.
Blue Jays, Astros, ALCS. I don't believe in the Yankees for some reason.
Tour.
I want the Yankees to win.
Tour.
I want the Yankees and the Astros and the ALCS, but for some reason, I just feel as though they're gonna choke. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going Blue Jays, Astros,
Tour.
Padres, Mets, and for your championship series. That new Beyonce hit the streets. You played it?
I have not played it yet.
The new
Nothing but
Beyonce.
good things.
There's no yet for me. I'm not playing it.
You're not playing the Beyonce. Why aren't you playing the Beyonce?
I just don't play Beyonce.
That's weird. Like you just like you're not like hold on. Like you don't play a lot of things. Like you don't play the Drake apparently, but like you heard the Drake. So like
And then I made a very compelling point and you agreed, and I said if you are a fan of music, you'd probably be a fan
Yeah,
of
I'm
Drake.
saying,
And I feel like if you're a fan of music, you should be able to play Beyonce. Just
Beyonce
any
makes good
Beyonce.
music. Beyonce is literally the greatest performer of a generation.
I never said she wasn't. There's no debates to anything you gentlemen just said. Because when we were at motherfucking Made in America,
Yeah, I'm about to
it's
say
like
sure.
Beyonce made us stop in our tracks. And we stopped and watched like 5 songs and was just like, oh, this shit is different.
That's what I'm saying. Like
She's
my thing is, I played a few tracks. I like it. It's obviously the people are dancing. I did a lot of complaining about non-dancing, and then the people are dancing. So she made and she rapped it like shit. She offered a little, but like it's heavy all day. It's not like she's like that's what the bag on this. It seems like this is her bag. So I like the few tracks I heard. I ain't listened all the way through.
Beyonce will get a spin from me.
But I'll definitely play it this week.
I'm pretty sure I'll hear it.
Okay, more so that was my question. Are you going to play it or are you just going to hear it?
I'm not going to play it, but I'm pretty sure I'll hear it though.
All right.
I'm gonna play the fuck out of it.
No, I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna definitely let that
16
joint
tracks.
ride. Especially when I think I get out west. I'm gonna let it the sun hit me and then really deep dive into it.
There's some features on there.
Thames.
Okay.
I think it was a Grace Jones.
Well,
I think they're on the same song actually. I don't know who else. No, I don't think it's too heavy. And it might have been somebody.
Beyonce, Grace Jones, that's a dancing man song.
I seen another name that I didn't know, but they're like, so I think it's maybe like 3 to 4 features. Nothing too crazy.
Out of 16 tracks, that's alright.
Yeah, it was definitely more tracks than I was expecting. Cause people be doing the 12 to 13 consistently, but this joint had like I thought I even saw like 17, 18. I was like, oh shit. So yeah, I'm definitely feeling the Beyonce. I want to know though, now that we've gotten over the latest Beyonce, is she the greatest performer of her generation
that I've seen personally? And I worked a lot of concerts.
Tell me, I've heard his. What's your take?
I would lean to his. I've never seen this, so I wouldn't know.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. Like, there's people who never seen Michael Jackson. They'd argue he's the greatest performer of all time. So that's what I'm not. I'm not talking about that because I think you could. I think there'd be like a top 5 to 10, and they'd be like the James Brown, Tina Turner's, the Michael Jackson. Like they'd all be in a category, and they'd all be in a group, and then you'd have to do some sort of, reason as to why. Hey, performance, skill, and then you can decide and divvy it for yourself.
I want to see the niggas on their off day, man. Show me you on a Tuesday.
Okay.
When you just did like 6 shows back to back and you're fucking down bad. Show me what you're doing.
I've heard stories of them saying that nigga Rick James was never down bad, bro.
A lot of drugs. Keep you up.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Like
These singers.
It was one story I heard about James Brown. It was like they did like
Rick James or James Brown?
James Brown. They did like 5 shows straight, and then like they practicing for another show coming up in like a couple days. The nigga playing out of tune, and James Brown just stops everything. Nigga still playing. He just walked over there and smacked his ass, and it was just like, yeah, nigga, and like his ass got right. And they continued on with practice. And I'm like, this nigga James is crazy.
It was wicked times back
there. Rick James' stories be crazy too, but he was like, Rick James one of them niggas, he just walked in the booth and did him and was like, all right, bro, that's a hit.
Fuck with the Rick.
Yeah, Rick James crazy too.
Drugs.
You got a lot of drugs, man.
So you gonna give me somebody else, or you just we step and move it on with the Beyonce?
Bro, I don't know. I mean, I guess it would be her. I don't know who else we would even.
Yeah, I don't think anybody in this generation has enough to. I think everybody got to do is from the past. Like I don't think there's anyone of her contemporaries could like compete.
No,
I think that's the issue.
Seeing Beyonce, the stage was dark for 3 minutes, and me and Charles stood there in amazement.
The Beyonce is different. She's definitely a spectacle within her own self. So play the Beyonce. Beyonce's good shit. So rest in peace to Bill Russell. I don't know if this part made it because we had a little technical difficulty at the beginning, but Bill Russell, rest in peace to the God. 11-time NBA champion.
So he was a player coach.
Died at the age of 88.
That's a good age.
Yeah, good man. He was not just a basketball player. He was a coach. He was a civil rights pioneer. He did a lot of important things, and he played a really important part in the movement. Now, I think the Bill Russell thing, one thing I find, well, at least maybe not funny, interesting, is that, when niggas die on the internet, you see like a group of people, I won't say ignorant people, but you see a rash of ignorant comments basically about their life.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching a documentary on Frederick Douglass maybe a couple months ago that came out like on Showtime or something, maybe HBO. And I seen a few people tweeting about it, and like they did a part where they talk about his wife, and his second wife was white, and people were poking fun, white black man, white wife, all that type of shit. So with Bill Russell, I seen someone say
his first wife.
Niggas was I think like all 3 of his wives were like
what?
The last 3 wives were every wife after the first one is white. Basically, they would talk about how Boston treated him horribly. People would defecate in his bed when he was out of town. All types of nonsense that they were doing to him because he was a black man. And somebody was like, he went through all that and still married a white woman. And like that was like one of the tweets that got endless retweets. So
the internet is crazy, bro.
So I asked myself, So I asked myself, when is it okay to start poking at the facts of someone's life?
Well, obviously. Same fucking day. Nigga, like,
No,
what I'm talking
it's
about,
not. What? Okay, you're right, because that's something I would have been like, yeah, nigga, they did it. What you mean? But what do you think it is respectful or it is in good taste to? Because one thing about people is that people's lives are their lives. Like, yo, the Martin Luther King thing about whether he did cheat or not on Coretta, that's not like to me.
He did that shit.
You see, like that's something that.
Do you think niggas was banging that like real time?
That's my point.
Like,
That's something.
I don't know, because we don't know. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's something that if people know, people know. But like you know things about people in your neighborhood.
My grandmother told me that.
You know, I'm about to say you know things about people in your neighborhood. But would you say that out loud publicly? And that's my thing about most things. People like, especially on the internet, get real bold. Like people know a lot of things about a lot of people. That's true. Like there's somebody in every town or every neighborhood that people know something about that, hey, people whispering. That's part of life. When you start telling people publicly and putting it like, hey, this is part of the history books, like that Martin shit is wild. Like people just, I would argue like in the last 10 years, people are just like, yeah, he cheats on his, and I'm like,
he was a woman.
y'all just okay. Like maybe this is true. I don't know.
Nah,
but like the fact that you guys are just
so many like older people
once
say
again,
that shit. I was
people
like,
just saying stuff. There's no people lie all the time. How many people say stuff about LeBron James and his wife now?
Yeah, that should
actively say stuff about him doing exactly.
Him and Savannah.
And people, and some of it may be true. Some of it may not be true. But you know what? If people be gossiping, that's my whole point. All people do is be gossiping. And people know people through this thing, and say, oh, my friend that I know wouldn't lie to me. And it's like, maybe your friend would lie to you. Maybe your friend is telling you a part of the story. You know what? Maybe he is doing that, but not to the, like, all of this is he say, she say. There are certain things that are on the record books. Like, for example, we know for a fact that Sam Cooke and all that, like, the Grits took the wives. We know that. This is for a fact in the record books. This is no he say, she say. It is good. It is good juju drama.
Yeah, Sam Cooke and Bobby Womack.
Because I seen something about the Womack cousins' daughters, the granddaughters. So like we know that for a fact. We know all the messiness. There's no, that's true. Some of this other shit is like Aaliyah and Timbo. Like people are like, yo, Timbo's wife is a carbon copy of Aaliyah, and she looks. And it's just like maybe she does, but maybe like that's not how that works. Like you cannot just put that on him. Like yes, it sounds good. It makes for Khloe Kardashian is OJ's daughter. Like please. It is a nice thing to run with for like internet fodder, but it isn't like some and people be like, yo, people be running with this stuff and like literally using this to do whole lot, like make whole lives.
That one didn't sit well with you, huh? So OJ's your guy, I don't know.
Yeah, because it's just like, bro, you think OJ, of all the shit OJ is like out here telling people, you think that's the thing he's gonna be like, he's gonna be hiding?
It would add to the mystique of him.
He definitely owned up to the fact that he was
Buddy,
fucking
OJ
Chris,
was
but
just
he never
out
said
here
that they had a kid.
fucking white women. That's his only thing. You think he's not like nasty man? Like that was his bag. You think he's about to be like, yeah, I did it, father? Like no, I feel like he would be super into like telling niggas he's a super narcissist. Mm-hmm. Like that is his bag. So you think that this is where he? This is where he learns discretion. This is the time where OJ is like, oh, I'm sorry.
Did you see his tweet about the was?
Yeah, about the was.
What did he say,
bro? It's basically what Charles's point was saying.
You guys chose this woman together. So hey, let her do her job. Like you said she could come.
Basically that.
Let her do her job. And talk about people getting acquitted. It's just hilarious that this nigga is OJ. But once again, my point. OJ knows the vibes. He's like, bro, I was acquitted and people still think I did it. So it doesn't matter. Listen, people have spent literally 25 years reenacting the court case, telling you why they were wrong.
Niggas want Emmys off those.
Literally,
it's crazy.
Reenacting. How many other court cases in America where people have way bad, worse evidence than OJ? And nobody is going through because OJ's pop. Like, bro, you guys like certain shit. You don't like other shit. I mean, okay. Take another chin, bro.
Casey Anthony should just be going by the wayside.
Sometimes you gotta take the L's on the chin.
They need a jump for that. They probably got some.
But like, you know how OJ, bro, this shit has been stuck in the public conscience for 25 plus years.
It was lit. Not the murdering.
No, but just the spectacle. And the only reason why is because the shit was lit, bro. Like, bro, niggas was in fucking schools. Teachers had kids watch. Bro, someone said that they was in a class.
Niggas had on a chase.
And their teacher was crying when the verdict came on, and they started cheering. Like, imagine how lit that room is at that moment. Bro, OJ is an American hero. I said that to somebody today at work, and they were like, "Oh," I was like, "Yes, OJ is one of the last few American heroes we have." I'm just saying.
What's wrong with you?
It's just the truth.
Nigga was running through the airport before TSA.
Bro, my man OJ, buddy, like, big American hero is wrong,
nigga.
but like, he's an American staple. He's an American icon. Whether you like it or not, OJ is part of American lore.
Did you tell that to a white person?
Yes, don't give a fuck about white people. Like, you talk about gotta tell us to a white person.
I'm just making sure.
Fuck white people. City of Point Guards. Y'all see that documentary?
I did.
Join is hard.
What is this about?
New York Point Guards. This was hard. Kevin Durant.
And the history of it.
Kevin Durant did it. There's a lot of good joints. Yeah, like Tiny, Nate Archibald. Nate Tiny Archibald. Mark Jackson, Rod Strickland.
It just came out.
Kenny Smith.
Julius Erving.
No. Sham God. It's a lot. It's a lot of good. It was a lot of.
What? Julius Erving.
I love the guess though.
I don't at all.
What?
You talk about point guards from New York. And she said, "Where's Julius Erving from?" Like, who knows? Like, no way.
He's definitely not from New York.
Like, come on.
Okay.
Wrong guy. You weren't even in the right house. Like, talk about wrong guy. Let me see. Let me go see where Julius Erving is from.
Like the Midwest or some dumb ass shit like that.
He's from Jersey.
That nigga's from upstate New York. East Meadow.
I know he's from like Jersey. I know he's from the area, but he definitely would not. He didn't play point guard.
Ain't too far.
He didn't play point guard.
Buddy.
She just got 50% right, bro. New York. Like,
No way.
Vibing with it.
No way.
Not vibing with
How
it.
far upstate?
No, he's not upstate, but he outside of the boroughs. Like, come on. Yeah.
What was his upbringing, guys?
East Meadow. Like,
Oh yeah, that's right outside of Syracuse or some shit. Ain't it?
nah, that's right out by Queens. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh yeah.
no way. He's closer to Long Island. Like,
Denied for
that nigga from where Corn and them outside. Like, no way. He from where they put in the blacks before they were like, yo, you can come into the city. So like,
Oh, you all want a new beginning?
yeah, exactly. Like, he's part of that way, bro. Part of that way in the future. You know, we see a brighter future type
The first
shit.
black migration. That's him folks in there.
Maybe, but you know they're around that time. That's definitely his bag. But nonetheless, very good
Well,
documentary.
second technically, because
That's what I'm saying.
First was moved to the city, and then the second was moved out to
Yeah, the first one was
My bad, Chan.
70 something. But long story short, great documentary.
Juneteenth and the
Kevin Durant is really killing the documentary, like
is.
just the TV content, like
he's 2 for 2 right now.
sports TV. It was funny. This joint was better than the joint he did about PG by far.
It was.
Way better. The joint about PG was kind of like in the present. This did a little bit of both. This took the past, the present, and they gave you a little bit of the future. The joint about PG was really like a kind of like, hey, look at us.
Yeah.
Like, I think they could have.
It felt rushed.
Yeah.
1, 2, like once it got towards the middle-ish end, like everything they were talking about just didn't make sense anymore. Like the dots they were trying to connect just
That's what I think
that
they.
shit just fell flat.
I think they should have gave it. I was telling somebody like, yo, some of their biggest players are still at their prime in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
Give those guys 10 years to see what happens. Like, let their stories pan out and then come tell it.
Should have talked about the Joe Smiths and
the Adrian Dantleys, the Steve Francis. Like, I think there should have been more of an emphasis on the past.
Maybe they tried.
Maybe I don't know. Yeah, once again, I don't know. So I'm not about it, but I'm just telling you, as documentaries, this joint was better. Like, this is what it is.
Yeah. Hey,
But it had me thinking.
Kenny Smith, Kenny Anderson. I didn't know Kenny Anderson was that much of a dog.
Man, he was. Phew.
That nigga was crazy.
Shit was crazy. What city do you think has the best basketball? Because
right now it's DC. So
that's what I'm saying. It's not DC. It's
the DMV.
The DMV. Yeah, I'm just the truth. It can't be DC because the best players are from PG County. So it just can't. I'm sorry. It just can't be DC. So, with that being said, do you know who sneakily I think is really good? Atlanta.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of kids like from the Anthony Edwards to like just like
Cam Reddish.
Randy Amir's little brother is like a top
dog.
50 player in the country, and like
Go Blue. Come on, baby.
Like there's just been like I think especially down there just like yo these athletic dudes who might go play football.
You know who else, though? Texas.
Yeah, I don't really know too much about like Texas high school basketball, so that's just the thing. Like everyone knows about California, New York, Chicago, a few places in the Midwest like
Indiana.
I'd also argue out west, Washington, Seattle.
For sure.
So like like there's these hubs where people ball, but it seems like more now than ever, Atlanta just that kind of like Florida. That upper Florida, bottom south part of Atlanta or Georgia, really having an influx of ballers, and I'm really like, I'd be interested to see if they get next, cause bro, it's a lot of dudes who like could probably be SEC football players who just like, yo, let me go play basketball. Like Anthony Edwards definitely could play SEC football. I don't see why he couldn't, but why do that when you could just play basketball and not get hit? You know what I'm saying? Why? Like I feel as though there's gonna be a lot more of that, and also like, yo. I see someone talking about Debo Samuel contract, like he did all that, so it was like Debo Samuel did all that for a Gary Trent Jr. contract. Like think about at a certain point, if you're not playing quarterback in the NFL, is it going to be not worth it, but like if you could go play another sport, you could get money and not be a premier player. Like think about what Aaron Donald does. Like Aaron Donald has to do all that. He's the best player maybe ever to play on the defensive side of the ball. And he get paid like maybe the third best player. Like he gets paid as much as Ben Simmons like per year. Wow. Like let's really put this into context. Like if someone starts telling you you
got a John Collins contract.
Someone starts telling you at 14, 15, like, yo, you can do that, or you can go play basketball. What would you do? I'd probably go play basketball. Like, I probably would. And I think there's gonna be a lot more of that. So you up north cats, you better get your game right, buddy.
You think it's gonna be that because of the bread though? Because I mean, this whole money shift in the NFL is happening. So niggas gonna get they're not gonna get these dumbass NBA contracts.
Yeah, but it's just like
still gonna start getting bread.
I see something like wide receivers average annual it's like 30. It's like between like 24. Like the top 10 is like between 24 and 30, and for running backs it's like 15. It's like 10 to 20 or some shit. So that's the thing. Like yes, there will be some marquee positions. Yes, quarterback, wide receiver, probably D line, corner. There'll be certain places where like you can get, but like bro, it's like in the NBA. Jalen Brunson just got $100 million and never made an All-Star game once. His career averages are like 16-4.
Niggas are still mad at Tristan Thompson.
Shit, bro, Tristan Thompson was worth the money at the time. Yeah. 5 years, $85 million at the time was like, whoa. But it was like, bro, great rebounder, very solid, helped his team win a championship or get to the championship, and then they won the next year.
And like, he was a rim protector too.
Like, that's how NBA, like, bro, I don't know. Like, if I'm a kid and everybody's telling me everything's kind of the same, all things are equal, why not go for the other dream? Why go and like maybe risk getting CTE and getting beat up when the alternative is like go do this shit where niggas be like running up and down the court dunking. You see, like sounds like a kid.
This nigga what's his name? Still in the league. Andre Roberson.
Is he?
I don't know.
What the hell?
He was injured. He was on some injury shit. They ain't dropped him yet. I can stamp that. Last time I checked the Thunder roster, that nigga was there.
I feel like he was.
Last time I checked the Thunder's roster, he was there, my boy.
Yeah, so
he's still getting a bag.
Shout out to NY. Also, one thing I liked about the documentary, it was like, you know how NY niggas just be so braggadocious?
Mm-hmm.
It was like that, but it wasn't. It was like, it was all the good parts of NY bragging. You know, when the nigga from NY is like, oh yeah, that nigga just, you know, yeah, I feel it.
Yeah,
it was that.
That was the most love I seen niggas from different boroughs give each other.
It wasn't overkill. You know, sometimes the niggas from NY be doing too much. It was just a right. It was just enough.
I'm a Queens nigga.
It was just enough cockiness. It wasn't too much. It was like, all right, I get it. I felt it. And normally I do not feel that. Normally the NY niggas are overkill. But this one was like, and they were also very self-aware. Mm-hmm. They were like, yeah, you know, like that's, we be doing a lot, you know. Yeah. They was like, yo, we can't shoot.
And their days come and gone too.
They was like, the NY point guard can't shoot. I was like,
facts.
You know, it's like respect, like the totality of everything. You know,
like it was like Kenny Anderson was like the first one of them that could shoot and shit.
Yeah, they were talking about Stephon, how like, you know, there's a few of them, but it was like for the most part they can't shoot.
Kenny Anderson, Kenny J. Smith, and Stephon.
They gave a few excuses, but
that's
you know, I felt it. Let's stay in New York.
That's one thing niggas know about New York ballers. Like, okay, you can dribble all day long, champ. I'm gonna give you 25 feet to shoot that bitch, though. Because I know you ain't gonna make it. You ain't the side of a bomb.
That's terrible.
All right, let's stay in New York. I told my mom I wasn't going to church because I'm boycotting church until all churches speak against the pastor in New York.
Oh shit!
Who got robbed for $400K? You saw that?
He got robbed?
Got robbed of $400K worth of jewelry.
Whoa! And
then we found out that
from his house or his person?
It was a live streaming of his church service.
Wipe him down.
That boy's been touched holy, bathed in the blood of Jesus.
So I told my mom, I said I'm in solidarity with the church members who he robbed. That I would not be attending church until we find something. So I need every pastor to do a sermon.
I'm in solidarity. What?
Mm-hmm.
I feel Charles. You have to be with the congregation on this. You can't be. You got to be with the people. That's what church is about.
What you had, a lamb truck?
A yours,
bro.
At least.
Your man has all the drip, bro. Like it's ridiculous. Like no man of God should have that much drip. I'm sorry.
Porcelain.
No man of God should have that much drip.
I'm sorry. Hey, I don't make the rules, buddy. God was out here wearing merchant clothes and like sandals.
God was out here wearing merchant clothes.
It's a new year.
Holy Trinity, buddy.
It's a new year.
So, it's a new year? No way, buddy.
2022, bro.
He's Catholic.
He's Catholic.
I fuck with Catholicism. That's my shit. Fuck with the sacraments. Shout out to the saints.
God, not again. Not again.
Alright.
I'm sorry I had to. You know who I'm saying sorry to. Alright, but.
Oh, they came at you for that? I was wondering how long it was gonna be a thing.
I got reprimanded, so it's all good.
I knew it was gonna happen.
Yeah.
What happened?
But back to being robbed of the $400K.
It's trash can.
My trash can vibes. The $400K. Like, that's bad vibes, bro. Like, how you gonna be a pastor and just have $400K worth of jewelry on you? Apparently, he's stealing from old people. He stole like $95K from a grandma.
Oh, that's the church.
He owes the construction company $390K. Like, he's a nasty worker.
Also the church.
And I really want guys. I want you to know, man. You're not doing a good job for the Christians, buddy. Yeah, so I'm in solidarity with the people. We're banning you, bro. Like, can we cancel? Like, if anyone needs to be canceled, he needs to be canceled. So if you guys can make that happen.
Let's talk about his congregation, if that's what we're doing. Why were they cool with this? With this being their other pastor?
Well, what I heard is that he finessed. So, like, the story I heard about with the grandma was that he told her he was investing the money. After he finessed the money and got it from her, he hit her with the, oh, I thought you was...
preacher and a forex straight.
Yeah, after he hit her with that, he hit her with the, oh, I thought you was giving this to the church.
Oh.
After the investment went, after he finagled the money. Bro, like, niggas, that be niggas' bag. Niggas be trying to finesse using the name of God.
Man. Like, how are you standing with them if these niggas was cool with him being
But that's the thing about congregation. People be embarrassed the same way.
Just don't show up.
No. The same way people talk about like, yo, why won't woman just say stuff. Yeah, people be embarrassed. Nobody wants to come out in public and say, hey, I had this happen to me. People do not like that. Nobody wants to be the person who has to come out to the world and be like, hey, I'm a fool. Or, hey, I put myself in a predicament. What do you tell people? How did you get yourself in that predicament? People don't want to hear that for a multitude of things. Nobody would, honestly, who wants to hear that? Who wants to hear that, hey, the reason why you got finessed is because you were a little green. Most people aren't trying to hear that. So most people will take their L's in silent, especially when there's quote unquote like certain people. Like, yo, people how you think niggas in the school board be finessed? Like, bro, you could finesse in certain places like that because people don't be trying to make a deal. In particular, black people. Black people don't be trying to blow up other black people's spot. They be like, maybe they'll do the right thing, the man, I don't want to be another impediment to somebody. Niggas be vibing like that. So, church folks know I'm with y'all. If y'all need me to come up there, I can't promise, but I'll send a Zoom so we can get on and we can make it happen. Because they was on Zoom when he got robbed. Like, that's how I saw the joint. You just seen it too.
The jump fall. The shit fell, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't see none of that shit.
Then it was just ruckus. Shit fell and ruckus.
That's alright. Niggas some gangsters. Shout out New York.
Week 2, more Monkeypox update.
In the word of y'all mans, you know what I'm saying? Anybody can take shots at you, man. Monkeypox update a month ago.
Nah, last week I told y'all niggas monkeypox is real.
I didn't say it wasn't.
It's no thing to be playing with. And y'all niggas keep trying to make it the gay disease. And now look, more niggas is getting the monkeypox and y'all about to learn. Like,
and y'all nasty.
Listen.
Out here touching people. That's the only way you can get this shit.
I'm trying to tell ya, bro. Stop using your hands.
Stop touching niggas with your hands, Mo.
Bro, honestly, NY niggas, y'all was on something. Y'all do some things. Wash your hands.
Cause obviously you're not washing your hands if you touching people who you getting this shit. Like, you just touching shit and putting your hands in your mouth and just going and doing stuff. It's just like touching your genitals. You're nasty, man. You're wrong. Okay?
What you know about what's your latest?
I don't know anything about the monkeypox.
You don't know nothing about the monkeypox?
I have nothing for it.
So you're not searching, you're not worried about.
The only way to get it is to touch the spores.
Whose spore am I to touch?
Who?
Probably.
The person who has monkeypox.
Yeah, but who's that?
No, well, I'm just saying, like, no, I know what you're saying, but
I'm not worried about monkeypox.
You're not worried
That
about
was the ooh for me. That was just like, that's what
the
I was just
monkeypox,
like,
bro.
It was a who moment.
I think the monkeypox is, that's what I'm saying. Niggas like they not worried. I'm like, bro,
Mm-hmm.
people be getting the monkey, like, it's not like
You know
niggas.
anybody that got the pox?
No, I don't, but.
You cool with calling it the pox? Hey, yo. Let's see.
Yes.
The pox.
Yes. I'm gonna calling it the pox. Because you got chicken pox, you
That's
got
what I'm
small
saying.
pox.
Which
pox?
we are not a serious, like, humans are not a serious people.
Which pox?
Like, we're just not a serious, like, as a species, we're not serious.
Nah.
Like, there was a disease that killed over 6 million people, and niggas was just like,
The vid.
it is what it is.
Itty vid.
It is what it is. I'ma still go outside. I'ma still be in the club. This little monkeypox started putting sores on people's faces.
Hookah tips with my best
You
friend.
know, this
Nasty bitch.
this little shit puts some sores on people's faces, and everybody was like, "You can't have it."
Yeah. Sores on your face and your genitals anyway.
Now everybody's like, "No way!"
No. Mind you of herpes.
I
now
can't
you
do
just
this.
Like, nope, can't do that.
Like, what a shallow bunch of people we are. Like, really think about that.
Like, you have to be cosmetically changed in order for you to care about a disease.
Like, that's the bar.
The bar's in hell.
The bar's in hell. I tweeted today, Jesus Christ, Buddha, Muhammad, and everyone else, please come back and get us.
Well, technically, Muslims believe Jesus will also come back, so.
I was in hell all weekend because since we're talking about the bar being in hell,
I've been there.
it was the
Nigga
worst
said I was there.
all weekend, bro. I seen the bar down there.
Like, oh, this what y'all be talking about?
Oh, that's the bar. Okay.
How was he down there?
I'm familiar.
I'm trying to come home.
Who's there?
I'm trying to come home, bro.
This nigga's repenting, Charles.
Are you repenting? To who though? That's what's
You gotta
important.
relax.
That's a question that he used to.
I'm not about to say.
What the fuck is?
Are you ready?
See, I didn't say all that. I just asked who you were repenting because you said the bar's in hell. So I just want to know where we're coming to.
The bar was in hell.
Are we coming back to like?
Opening.
Are we going back to? Are we going straight to heaven? Or are we coming back to earth? Like,
Oh, I'm coming back there. I just need to be back on
That's what I'm
Earth for
saying.
now. Like,
I just want to know where we're going.
We got some good deeds to get back.
Oh man, yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to
I
say
gave
that.
him. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. I just want to say monkeypox has made me realize we're a very nasty group of people as humans, and
I wonder if it's as bad as these pictures are. Man. 'Cause I feel like it only seen like 4 pictures.
No, it is.
The world is going crazy.
It is.
only 4.
Maybe
Bro, I work in a pharmacy. It's like checks be going crazy.
niggas got the pox.
So a month ago, it was only 300 cases nationally.
Nah, call it with the pox.
Now,
Look,
5,000.
not gonna lie, call it.
As of today,
Where'd it come from? Where'd it
5,000.
originate from?
I don't know.
It was eradicated. This was like another form of smallpox. It's like a more
Yeah, I heard
OC
that.
version of
Definitely heard it's
smallpox.
another version of the pox, the original.
Yeah,
Robin.
the real
Robin.
pox.
1 Pac, 2 Pac, 2 Pac,
Now
4.
you going too far.
He's Pac. He's.
Well, now you going too far.
This nigga start spitting bars out the pox.
Nah, that's one of my favorite scenes in 8 Mile.
I'm aware.
I mean, like, that's what we waited for. Like, you wait the whole fucking movie for 20 minutes. Man.
Nah, the movie's good. You
Nah, I
fuck
fuck
that.
with it. But still.
I seen this on. Nah, I'm gonna end with this.
Some good skin on the TV.
I'm gonna end with this because that's gonna be a funny conversation. Chris Rock, Will Smith. You saw the apology.
Yes.
I feel Will Smith. He tried to sneak that in on the Friday, right when the Beyonce hit. I really like the
came out at
timing.
midnight?
Yeah.
No, it came out like midday Friday, so it was like the Beyonce, all the talk. She tried to
You know,
sneak,
Beyonce dropped that
try to
midnight
sneak that
Thursday
in
type.
and just
You know what I'm saying?
add that to the, try to throw that away from the
And
weekend
wasn't it like a little,
weekend news discourse.
wasn't it like a Q&A type jump too?
I don't even know. He was just in front of a joint. I didn't watch
I
it.
didn't watch it.
He gave us 57 seconds.
I saw it was
It
5
was longer
minutes.
than that.
Oh,
Yeah, it
But
was-
the
it was
joint
like
that you
5
saw on
minutes.
the internet was
So what the hell was he
That was
talking
just
about
the
for the other
apology.
5 minutes?
That's why I said I thought it was a Q&A.
It was just a
'cause it was
lot.
5 minutes.
Yeah,
That's why I was
no,
like,
no,
I'm
no.
not
I
watching
only seen the
5
joint where he
minutes
was
into the
like-
apology process. Like a
I
dick,
only
champ.
listened to the
Just
part
did
where
that
he
on
was
stage.
like, "I'm sorry, Chris, when you're ready to sit or whatever it's called."
Yeah, he said he reached out to him and,
And then,
shit. And he
you
said
know,
Chris Rock was like, I'm not ready to, you know what I'm saying?
Apparently, Chris Rock been like getting his shit off at his shows,
That's
at his like live shows, and that's where he's been like getting all this. And I just find it very funny.
Expressing his emotions about it.
Yeah, I just find it funny because Will Smith literally.
Smacked the dog shit out there.
Nah, Will Smith literally is like, "Yo, please don't try to paint me like this guy." And it's like, Will Smith, nobody is painting you like that. It was just like, bro, we all know it was just like you was in you had a moment. Like everyone pretty much
It's
understand
his
that.
first time having that type of moment though. He been
bro.
on red carpets and like
Okay, that
That's
was
some wild
that was
shit.
you had your moment, and that was it. Like he's making this way more. Like I've never seen. Like unless somebody is forcing him to
the
this.
Academy though, because I feel like the Academy banned him.
Once
and shit.
again, I don't
so
know.
It's just like that's probably why he do like all this apology tour shit and all this, just to see like
It could
I'm
be.
actually sincere and like genuine in my apology.
She was
and
like
all
5 months ago, bro. Like
Nah, for
ain't
sure.
nobody
When was
tripping
it?
in like February. That's when the Oscars are, right? In like February or March.
Mm-hmm.
Like nobody's tripping off that.
that.
Like
It's August.
the way you keep talking about it lets me know that like you either really like you really think like the Will Smith is done for and you really want to go back to that Will Smith, or you know something we don't. Like Something, because it's just like, bro, how do you care, bro?
Imagine watching that live, bro. I wasn't watching.
That was
Wasn't watching that.
Imagine watching that live, bro.
It's just like, bro, it's a show. It's an award show about acting. Like, if I was watching it, I'd just be like, oh,
This isn't real.
bro, my man Tony Yayo said it's that fake Chris Rock Will Smith slap. That's what he said. So, you know, hey, that's what I'm saying. It's people to this day who don't even believe it's real. Like, there's a whole segment of people who's like, yo, they did that shit for whatever.
Shit, wow.
But so are you buying the apology? And basically, should Chris Rock accept the apology?
I thought it was just that he said he ain't picking up. This nigga said, bro, he ain't trying to talk to him, bro. It's just like, I don't know, man. Them niggas some figures. I feel like they'll figure that shit out. Am I buying the apology? I don't know. You apologize.
I feel like if you keep apologizing, I really buy it. I feel like you can apologize once, and it's just like people can decide if it's sincere or not. But if you really just keep apologizing, like kind of unprovoked as well, I really kind of think it's like I really think Will Smith really feels like a way, and I just want to know why. Like I know I never would care, but I really want to know why he wants to like get this apology off so bad, like or why he wants to feel forgiven so bad.
Stood up for that woman and she don't even love me for real.
That's nasty. I would hate that. Not lastly, this was one last thing. I saw that Tyga apologized to Mexicans. Did y'all see this?
What?
Bro, apparently Tyga...
rapper?
Yes.
Hold on, Charles.
Apparently...
Walk me through this.
Bro, I don't know the details, and I could give a fuck about...
Omatic is just as confused as me.
So lost.
So Tyga... So yeah, this is the second and last thing. So Tyga, apparently he did something to the Mexicans. I don't know what he did to the Mexicans. I don't know what he appropriated, but he was in a sit down. He was in an interview with somebody, and he was apologizing. Now, I can't really tell you what Tyga did that upset the Mexican community, but I saw randomly another tweet that made me think. Someone was like, yo, everybody is going to try to use the appropriation thing because, like, black people used it first, and now... And I was just like... That's an interesting bar. That's an interesting, like, sentiment. But if that's the case, what's the issue?
I don't know.
Because, like, if the issue is, like, because if the idea is that, like, all right, black people are like, yo, you're appropriating our shit, we don't like it, stop. And people were like, all right, well, other people are appropriating our stuff, stop. Was it at the... Well, like, that's the thing, right? Like, no one should be I'm confused. Like, I'm confused as to, like, how that could actually be a bad thing.
I feel like black people probably feel like they're the only ones that shouldn't be appropriating.
No, that's what I'm saying. That doesn't make sense. So, like, that's what I'm saying. I feel as though, like, I think if the idea is that, like, we're starting,
I don't agree with you.
If that's starting a culture of, like, people of all people doing that,
yeah.
I mean, that's kind of annoying, but, like, hey, and no one should appropriate anybody, right?
Yeah, Tex-Mex restaurants and shit, that's definitely appropriation, I feel like.
But that's my point. Like, that's a very American thing. That's why some of the appropriation, I'm just like, buddy, people be American, and that's what people in America do. Mm-hmm. They take and they steal from other people. Mm-hmm. It's a very American concept. Like, it's...
I thought this was a Mexican.
You know, like, it is not, like, unique to any kind of group in America. All groups kind of do it. It is the American way, per se. So I'm really confused sometimes when people...
It wasn't appropriating, it's a fusion.
Yeah, I be confused sometimes when people now get up in arms and are like, this is where I draw the line. Like, yes, there's certain shit you shouldn't do. Like, you probably shouldn't get box braids if you're a white girl. That's probably not a good look. But if you want to do that, like,
box braids on the white girl.
That's your bag, bro. Like, I don't like, this is America. You can do that. Like, you probably shouldn't. That probably wouldn't look flattering on you.
Say that picture,
but, like, bro, if you want to do that, like, you have to live with the consequences of that. Like, I just don't see how, outside of you looking like a fool, that could really be an issue for anybody. And I get, like, the, hair discrimination, like, all that shit is very much so a thing. Nobody's playing, but, like, there's discrimination, like, in every walk of life. Like, buddy, the only people who get to be free in this country is white folks. So like, unless you about to turn into a white person, you're probably gonna have some sort of issue. They're probably gonna be knocking you. And that, all I say that is that the Mexicans, y'all gotta find a new bag. Yeah, like blaming Tyga for appropriation is very wild. Please find something, a new hill to die on. They building borders on your. They're building walls over there. Like,
do we know what Tyga said?
Yeah, probably. I don't know. Like, I think it was like a music video or something. Like, someone Google why it was Tyga Mexican appropriation, and get a quick little synopsis. Yes, sir. My homie about to come through. About to finish potting. Do we got any of the Tyga update? Real quick, give me like damn niggas in their text messages. I'm
looking at this show. I was looking at the name of the video.
I think it's called I Corona.
Yes.
So he made a video.
Yeah. The name of the song is
He was in a fast suit eating chips and guacamole.
It is his new single.
Okay. With a fake accent.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the burrito.
The internet is not happy about Tyga's new music video.
You see what I'm saying, bro?
Like, okay, so we were in this. It was like not was in caps, my nigga. Like,
Kylie Jenner's on and off boyfriend.
Like the
is that
most
a thing?
racist. Like think about it.
This is why I don't like shit like
in a world where Trump is still out here getting his shit off, niggas talking about Tyga made the most racist videos. Like
Gwen Stefani, like what?
Bro, that's what I'm saying. Like we love Gwen Stefani when she was a holla back girl. Like we were like,
I'll be eating burritos. It's okay. Like, what the fuck?
Now see, if they would have said something, niggas would be upset.
Say it. It's true. It's fine. There's a percentage of people it'll be true for, and that's okay. And
But that's what I'm saying. Most stereotypes be true about certain people, about groups of people.
Okay, it's okay.
They're saying Tyga went to Jamaica and did the video with a white girl and Bantu knots. So they're not feeling
So they're just saying he didn't even go home to the motherland.
Yeah, they're not.
Mexico.
I really feel Tyga. I truly feel Tyga because there's yes, because
I Columba and you in Jamaica.
Bro, he's an American. He's He is not thinking about this he's not thinking about this anything past.
He's half Jamaican. According to this, he is half Jamaican.
A very American looking man.
He's a wild guy.
Like there are people in Mexico right now there were people in Mexico all throughout the 2000s making 50 Cent parody videos with G-Unit, all headbands and everything, and no one cooked, and everyone let them cook. So like, bro, like, stop it. Like, there's a Mexican woman who is literally right now upset that her daughter is talking to some black boy and is asking her why does she keep and why is she messing with him? Like, this be happening. Not all, but this be happening. So like, I'm not about to get up in arms because Tyga isn't culturally aware of his sensitivity, of his sensitivities to Mexican people. Like, that's just not where I'm drawing the hill. I'm not dying on that hill.
They from California.
Yes, I'm not dying on that hill. The Mexicans probably don't even believe in the shit they talk about. The people talk about they're like, huh? We told them to do it.
The Mexican fans in LA are definitely offended, is what this is.
That's what he did.
I'm sorry, Mexican fans in LA.
Just letting you know.
I did not know that was your bag. I did not know that was your bag.
Let you know what Vlad's
honestly, fuck Vlad. Yeah, I definitely don't care because Vlad is the problem. Like, so no way.
Okay, so they're really mad that he brought the white girl to Jamaica, is what it seems like.
Mm-hmm. Right. Oh, listen.
That's the article.
But then also the Mexican shit as well. So.
Bro, also the Mexican.
Mexican in Jamaica with a white woman.
Bro, at what point people used to be like, are you black, white, or Mexican? Like, people used to be like, are you black, white, or Mexican? Like, they used to categorize people in 3 ways. Like, you could be any type of black, you were black. You could be any type of white, you were white. You could be any type of Hispanic, but you were Mexican. Like, that's how America, this new America is like, people gotta relax. Like, you gotta ease your way into
all this diversity and inclusion that you
listen, we used to be a racist melting pot. Now niggas is like, we gonna be a melting pot without the racism. You're gonna have to give us some time.
Right.
You're gonna have to let us work on
We
that.
just stopped doing the bag test.
Like,
Relax.
come on, like,
Relax.
We're just now learning.
One last thing here.
Bring it back.
I guess someone was asking him the question. He says, in the video, it seems like you have a greasy, fat Mexican eating chips, rooms all dirty, and when he gets there with his lowrider, chips are falling down. He said, how would you feel if there were black images of eating fried chicken and watermelon from the Mexican community type shit? So they try to equate it to that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of wild.
Bro, because that's what I'm saying. Everybody wants to, not everybody, but listen, if you're going to live in certain countries, you're going to look at the things through the prism of that country. So in the United States of America, the issue is black and white people racism. Racism, yes, but between black and white people. In Mexico, it's some different shit. So y'all got their own shit. So I'm sure there's certain shit niggas do that the Mexicans don't like. But we ain't in Mexico, bro. I hate to break it to you. We in America.
Tyga said he consulted various Mexican people.
I told you. What did I tell you?
In his inner circle,
He lives in Mexico.
such as the engineer on his music video and his DJ. He also said that he intended for the video.
I've been with Mexicans.
He said he wanted the video to showcase different Latin things,
I
bro.
literally
That's
said that
it.
was like the LA Mexican. I said no. I said the Mexicans he know was probably like, and look, lo and behold,
That shit, like,
bro.
okay.
Exactly, bro. Sometimes I met a whole bunch of black
niggas is not
people
black, same
who be
niggas.
hanging with white people who be living up to like all the black stereotypes because they be trying to, bro, I'm sure some Mexican cousins is doing the same type of vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Long story short, let Tyga cook. If you're gonna want to teach him, but hey, don't do too much.
That Tyga could.
Don't do too much. Last but not least, should friendship groups have leaders? This is the conversation I seen on the timeline. They were saying that
They would say that a nigga that has to ask that question is not the leader. You know what I mean?
Who?
So you may not be the leader, buddy.
I don't care. No, listen. I asked, should friendship groups have leaders?
Just bring it back.
I'm about to say, it's just like, buddy, you're Napoleon. You can never be the leader.
That's crazy. I call myself.
Not me.
This nigga said I'm Hitler. This nigga said Third Reich. He said I'm taking over this bitch. He said I am big.
Goddamn right.
Goddamn
Motherfucking right.
The fucking problem.
I make shit go, damn
That's
it.
what I'm saying. Niggas be really, bro. Short niggas really be up there Hitler. Like,
Be
low
proud.
key, we got it. Napoleon is a bad because Napoleon was Hitler was really awesome. Like,
Streets
I don't
know.
know anything, but I'm just here, and this is my bag.
Streets enough.
I'm angry.
No, I asked that question because the time I've been in a flux basically for a week about it, and the hilarious part is that niggas be in their feelings. And you want to know why? Because the first version of that tweet was from a dude. I definitely swear it was. It was from a dude saying,
It's nasty.
yeah, he was saying, he was like, I met this girl.
This is gay, bro.
She ain't had no dog in her. I met this, and I thought it was cheeky. It was like a funny thing to say. Like, who has, like, what girl group has like, unless you watching Mean Girls, like there's not really like past high school. How many girl groups really got like a head honcho? Like, let's be honest. Like, this is not a TV show. Like, most people there's always one girl who's cock blocking, but I wouldn't call her the leader. Just be hating. Like, there's always one bitch who's trying to ruin it for the other shorty.
B-word. High
Oh,
five.
wow.
There's always one who's trying to ruin it for the other shorty. Like, you know that shorty. You know that shorty. It's just like,
right.
bro, leave us right. We're like, buddy, you're not getting chose, so relax.
Tomato.
Like, so I thought it was funny when I first saw it, but then when the girls said it, the niggas
Yeah, the girls are going
The
crazy.
niggas I was like, yo, first of all, girls don't know girls know whatever they're told. So like, a girl would believe anybody is the leader if you told her. Like, they don't know no better. And also, girls be choosing. So like, they would not choose the leader and just be like, I like him because no. Bad decision makers over there. So like, to even care about their thought process as far as who is or isn't the leader, it's just like frivolous to me personally. It's just like, all right, like, You got me. He's the leader. Okay. Like, what the fuck? So that's the first thing.
How does it feel, Foley? Have you ever dealt with someone that isn't the leader in their friend group?
Yeah.
Does it make you feel a certain type of way? Like, I just want to know what the women think at this point.
I didn't know it was
You gotta go back to hell.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Have you ever
not
dealt
a
with
thing,
someone?
it was a joke.
First class flight, Charles.
20 niggas got upset.
That's what I'm saying.
They're
It's
not
a joke.
leader.
It's funny more than anything because there's no leaders, bro.
But what?
Tell me
You
who's
have friends?
Yes, have you ever had
Oh my God.
like, let's be real, bro. Who's the leader? Who decides
The
anything?
drunkest sometimes.
Bro, if anybody,
Driving, like it changes.
it was like, yes, we sat down and we put names in the hat and we picked them and we was like, yo, O'Bannon got 6 votes, all right. Yeah, I'm sorry, Mook only 3. Like no one, like no, this is not how this works. This is not how none of this.
Trying to be a leader.
Bro, exactly. Honestly,
That's the kill.
that be the thing. I be thinking
I
like,
feel like that's the issue more than anything.
oh man.
honestly, so I think that's the next question. Are niggas really trying to be the leaders?
I feel like certain niggas do. In
No
certain
way.
friend groups.
No way.
For sure.
No way.
You just laugh at them.
Yeah.
You see what they're doing. That's what they're trying to do. It's
There's
like,
no way that no one can be a leader. Like, there's no way. Like,
Bro, like-
there's no way. I refuse to believe that someone sat up there and was like, yes, I'm out here trying to lead the group.
Yeah, I'm making
you
decisions
are-
I'm making decisions for us tonight. This is where we're going.
That has nothing to
All
that
of
is
that.
deciding what we're doing for the night. I've been in different cities. When we was in Philly, what did P say? He was like, yo, Keith, you doing this. Chuck, you doing that.
He was the leader. What you mean? He's delegating. He's the leader.
It was his birthday.
Delegating.
Like, what?
So if he delegated one Keys to be the one,
No.
What?
He's putting everyone else in charge. I'm putting you in charge, bro. It's like a CEO, bro. Yes, I don't have to do all this shit. You're gonna do this.
It just makes no sense to me.
CEOs don't. All right.
Every time, everything is different, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, literally on that Sunday when we were going to brunch, what happened? We was walking, people was like, Keith was a brunch man all weekend. We walking, we was like, no, brunch is right here. We're going in here. We literally walked, all 3 of us who were walking, we just walked in there. No, there's no leader in this thing. It is people making decisions at a certain time. Like, this, you know what adults
I'm
do?
gonna fuck with you, or I'm gonna fuck with that.
You know what adults do?
Majority rule.
Adults make this. You know what this is? This is a democracy. That's the thing. It'll give you. This is no totalitarianism. This is democracy. A nigga be like, yo, what we doing tonight? Smacking or a victory?
Smack and then victory.
Nah, Cafe DC.
Yeah. Where we at Sobe.
Oh, nah. All right, bro. This is a working, comprehensive thing because people are grown adult friends, not leaders. Like, like what is this? Is that Project Lead the Way? Like, stop it. Like, there's no leader group here.
And not just be like, I get off at this time. Let me know where we going.
Bro, if you listen, if you are over the age of 20 years old and you have a friend group and anybody thinks they're a leader, I need you guys to go sit down and rethink some things. Reevaluate your life.
Look within.
Please.
Please.
Also, if a lady group, I hope the ladies never have any leaders because that would be a nasty
I feel like the
I don't
lady
know
groups be
about
having
leaders.
leaders.
I don't.
I hope they wouldn't. I would think that would be even more awkward because
I feel like they probably do something.
Yeah, I feel like the lady
There's
groups are
just
more so
one,
have
like,
leaders than the
bitches
nigga
always
groups.
on it.
Yeah.
It's like,
no, once again, there's some shorties who have their shit together in life and others don't. That's not the leader. You just have a better job. Like that's it. Like we have to stop.
Or are you just a better decision maker in different areas in life?
Honestly, being a good decision maker
No,
isn't leader.
Some of them don't be the most
Sometimes it's
open.
leader quality, but like maybe not.
best fighter.
Because sometimes niggas don't be like telling their friends about themselves. So like, honestly, that'd be the vibe. Like who's gonna beat up who?
Triggering.
At this big age?
Hey, sometimes you need a bit
Listen.
of brawl, baby. Hey,
The girls be tussling. You saw the other girl. She was like, I know how y'all like to tussle. I felt her. She was like, don't fight me. You know? You hate to see it. Hold on. What is a big age to be fighting? Like, at what age are you hell bent that you're not fighting? I'm really curious about
you
this.
get paid to fight at 35, so
70.
Niggas be fighting in the old folks' home for sure.
Nah, but at that age, it's like, no.
At what age? I'm asking because you said that, and I'm super curious. At what age are you like?
Maybe like 25-ish.
So you're past the age of
You
fighting.
just gotta like, bro.
You gonna fight for your kids? Like, you're not tussling at the pool.
Who am I fighting? Son?
So let's say somebody pushes your kid and the parent is like
Like the parent pushes your kid.
I'm not fighting. Me personally.
Okay.
I respect it.
Fuck.
Everybody has a different gangster.
I don't have time for that shit.
Everybody has a different gangster. So I don't ever
That parent in the pool.
I don't ever tell people what they will or not do.
Off the cuts?
Honestly, the cuts don't have me aggressive, man.
You know? Off some dark.
Yeah. The cuts don't have me aggressive.
Nah, off some dark. Off some knob.
I'm not saying the whiskey.
I'm about to go cold turkey, man.
Me too.
I like that.
I'm lying because football about to start, but I really wanted to do that.
I might
this month.
stop at the end of this week until.
I say go August. The month of August.
No, it's a lot of vibes.
So many vibes. So many vibes. Man.
So many vibes.
And Lee birthday's literally
That too.
9 days.
Like,
Shirley birthday.
that too. Like,
There's a lot of birthdays.
a lot of birthdays.
There's a lot of.
Let's get drunk.
Class will start the 23rd. I'm drunk. This whole month.
So 25 is your age.
Yeah,
What's the big age you're like, yo, I just can't fight?
I don't even know, bro.
And so it's all go until the good lords and bring you home.
To my hip.
It depends. It depends on what it is, and it's just like
Nah, see, too many caveats. What?
But nah, yeah, it's just like
What is the age you're just like, all right, you got it. I'm not. No, we're not doing that.
there'll be an alternative, but I'll say probably like 50.
Okay.
You're not finding shooting.
Relax.
For me personally, it's easy. It's easy. Like 30. Like after like this next year or two, like I can't see myself getting in any actual fight for any reason. Like I just couldn't see myself like actually like fighting somebody unless it was just like kind of life or death type situation. Like I don't see how we would get to this point. I just can't put it in my mind how we would get to this point. Maybe we would, I don't know. But like it just seems
I just
like
can't call other niggas.
that's a good point, but I just feel as though like
they care. It's just
at this
I
point
can't call you these other niggas.
at this point I'm just thinking about like where I'd be. Like where would I be? Why would I
where I was
be
getting to that. Yeah.
to be with you niggas?
I'd be in the house.
You know, and you know who are these niggas? Like I don't see where I would be. Where it would be like
who are these niggas?
you know what I'm saying? Like I don't get it. Like so for me personally, I'm like so like really can't do it. Now if we got into like a sanctioned. Like celebrity boxing match. I can definitely see that.
My name is on the undercard.
I can definitely see me trading
Celebrity.
for like, yeah, you know, on the undercard. Like somebody is like, and I get logo.
Like say they be like a DMV boxing match.
Exactly,
And oh yeah, hi coach, I want to participate.
Someone give me $500. You know, we little community joint. Like,
Yeah,
I'm coach.
you see what I'm saying? Like a little undercard. Like that's the most.
give me 6 weeks.
That's the most. That's the most. There's a great episode of Real House Husbands of Hollywood where Kevin Hart gets to do what basically does that shit where he trades for a celebrity boxing match, which is very hilarious. So yeah, and also the reason why I say celebrity because if you just say boxing bout, it makes it seem like niggas is like out for the until celebrity.
You actually do this.
When you say celebrity, it puts the emphasis on like
exhibition.
And, this is for play. This is for fun. Like this is just nice little spar.
You know, you looked in yourself in that light. You know?
Charles took boxing class. And
no, I'm literally saying you call it a celeb to limit the actual combat. Like if I say an exhibition fight. That could be like a legit, like
that Golden Gloves is exhibition, low key.
But
niggas, the Golden Gloves ain't nothing to play with either. Niggas be Golden Glove chain, get your ass knocked out. Son. That's a real fighter.
So no more fighting. No more fighting. Omatic is too old for fighting. He's off of it. We'll see if we can get Omatic in a fight before he turns 30.
Wow.
That might be the
Let's not
plan.
do that.
I got 2 kids, bro.
Oh, that's the issue. 2 kids.
Fuck, I'm fighting for, man. No time for this shit.
Your kids.
Got you there.
I don't, but that would be me. I don't got them there, but that would be me.
Hey. That's what I got. That's it, man.
And we're out.